Happy Sunday. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Instagram. Okay. Hi, Jamie. Nice to see you. Kind of. Here I am. Let's get started. We're just going to start. It's 9:30 on Sunday or whatever time you're checking this out. I'm Alexis. If we don't know each other, this is an hour-long yoga practice. Waves. Hi, Liz. Hi, Barb. Cutie, you are. Cool. I want to do some shoulder strengthening and opening this morning, and just general mindfulness, as we always do in yoga. So when you're ready, we're going to start in standing. Come to the top of your mat, or really anywhere on your mat. You'll have time to readjust. And try to find a really neutral skeleton. So placing your feet hips width distance, so right underneath the bony parts of your hips. And then working up from your feet, think about distributing weight evenly across all four corners of your feet and starting to engage your muscles so that your skeleton is being supported. So think about pressing your shins slightly back, pulling your kneecaps up towards your quads. Find a gentle tuck of your tailbone so your pelvis is really neutral. The natural tendency is to slightly compress in the low back and stick your booty out. So just gently pulling that forward, hugging your belly in. And then think about stacking each vertebra in your spine one at a time. Starting at the very low back and moving all the way up your spine. Thinking about, what does neutral mean? And you might find some little micro adjustments to arrive there, maybe overemphasizing a back bend to know what engaging the spinal muscles feel like, or lengthening them feels like by punching a little bit. And just find whatever feels really natural and even. Soften your shoulder blades down your back. Let your arms come down to your sides. And lastly, feel your head balanced on top of the entire skeleton. And there are a lot of activities right now and a lot of environments where there's a tendency to shove the head forward or round into the cervical spine because of screens or children or gardening or whatever you're doing. So bring some awareness and attention to slightly pulling your jaw back and lifting the base of your skull. And you should feel a little bit of opening in the back of your throat, lightness in the soft pallid roof of the mouth. And just pause with this awareness. As we begin to move through yoga postures and poses, try to be aware of how this neutral state is compromised. And it's not necessarily that you're always wanting to come back to neutral. Oftentimes we're trying to emphasize back bending or forward folding. But just having the awareness of the balance. And if you ever feel like you're straining, try to come back to steadiness. There's no point in straining in yoga. No point. Start to deepen your breath and notice how deep inhalations and exhalations affect the skeleton. You might feel your rib cage expand. You might notice that there's activation in the upper shoulder muscles when you breathe. Try to cultivate an attitude of observation as opposed to correction or perfection. When you keep showing up to the practice day after day and week after week, it's just, you learn to refine, and that there really isn't a right or wrong. So wherever you are, maybe your eyes are closed, start to reach your fingertips down first. So engage your arm muscles by just sending your fingertips towards your feet and get as much length in the arms as you can. And then turn your palms to face outward, away from your body, and slowly start to rainbow the arms up and overhead, reaching outward the entire time. So reach your arms out, feel the activation in the arm muscles all the way from your armpit through the ends of your fingertips, and then interlace your palms up overhead and press your palms towards the ceiling. Keep a slight tuck in your chin and the back of your skull pulling back. So trying to keep the entire rest of your body exactly the same. And then press into your arms. So you're just feeling fire in the arms. Take a big breath in. Side body stretch, lean to the right. So press your palms right. Try to keep your legs and your hips neutral. Even weight in both feet. And then inhale, come back to center. Switch the interlace of your hands so it's one finger different. Press your palms up. Find that length and activation through the arms. And then side body stretch opposite direction. Inhale, reach up. This time, tuck your chin, overemphasize the tuck in your chin and push your fingertips forward so you're getting a lot of rounding in the upper spine and the back of your neck. You can hear in my voice, my throat is really compressed. And then inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, arms sweep out and wide. Capture opposite elbows behind you. And then press your forearms down. So almost like you're pulling your elbows towards your heels. You should feel some lengthening across the front of your chest. Engage your low belly, keep your legs strong, and start to fold forward halfway. And you're just trying to find exactly perpendicular with your spine. Ideally, your hips stay stacked above your heels. The tendency will be to shift your weight back slightly. So think about reaching forward through your chest. And keep pressing back through the forearms. So your collarbones and your forearms are both parallel and reaching in opposite directions. Take one more inhale. Forward fold all the way this time. Keep the bind with your hands if you can. And this time start to press your arms away from your spine. Tuck your chin in towards your chest again. And let the crown of your head fall towards the floor. Again, try to shift your weight a little bit forward so your hips stay stacked above your feet. And then one fluid movement on an inhale. Arm bind, release, arm sweep out and up. Breath in. And then coming back to it. Interlace or grab the opposite elbows, but try to switch which arm is on top. And a good rule of thumb is just switch your arms once you get there. You probably go into it the same way each time. On an inhale, push your forearms down, lift your chest up. And exhale, hug your belly and just fold forward halfway. Keep pressing your forearms away from your collarbones and reaching the chest forward. Try to keep the back of your neck long. And the crown of your head reaching ahead of you. Take one more inhale. And then keep the bind if you can. Fold forward. Pull your arms away from your spine. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. So you're gazing towards your navel center. One fluid movement. Release the bind. Inhale. Arms sweep out and up. And this time, exhale. Hands to heart center. Eyes closed or focus your gaze on your middle fingers and pause. Remember why you're practicing yoga this morning. Don't forget why you're practicing yoga. On an inhale, arms sweep out and up. Keep the length in the arms every time, reaching as far as you can away from your body. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with your heart, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, inhale. behind our back. So this time you have the support of the hands. And then exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back and your left foot back, high plank pose. Lower your right forearm down and then your left forearm down, forearm plank. Try to keep your hips in line with your shoulders or higher than your shoulders. Try to avoid sinking the hips down, okay? And then press the mat away with your forearms and keep your spine really long. Push your heels back, reach your collarbones forward. On an inhale, press into your right hand and then your left hand. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale, start to bend your knees, look forward. On retention, step or hop your hands to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. All the way up, arms sweep out and up. Strong arms the whole time. Hands to heart center, push your palms together. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, and then your right foot, high plank pose. One long line from your heels to your hips to your shoulders. And then lower your left forearm down, and then your right forearm, forearm plank. You can hold this forearm plank, or maybe this time, you find some little dips just in the shoulders. So you're contracting your rhomboids, shortening the space in between your shoulder blades, and then pushing the mat away. 3 more. Lower the chest down, lift it up. Lower, lift. Last one. Press into your left arm, press into your right arm. Down dog, hips to sky. Take a big inhale breath. Stay for your exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. On retention of your exhale, step or hop your feet to your hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise all the way to stand, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. First time through, sun salutation A. Arms reach up overhead, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. Engage your back body, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward on retention of your exhale, feet to hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Stay strong in your arms the whole time. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Second time through. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Keep going. And then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees, chest, chin, your variation. Inhale through a back bend. And exhale, make your way back downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Just hang out and feel out this pose. So it's the first time really holding down dog. Notice how it feels today. It's probably a pose you've done before. See if you can find something new. I'm having some wardrobe times. Good thing none of you are here. From downward facing dog, make sure your feet are about hip width distance or wider. And you're just going to take your heels to the right. So spin both heels to the right. You should be able to get a full left footprint. And the knife edge, the pinky toe side edge of your right foot is pressing down. Keep even weight in your hands. So try to shift a little bit of weight back into the left hand. And then on an inhale, shift your weight forward so you're in kind of a rotated plank pose. Keep even weight in both hands. Strengthen the legs. And then from here, start to lift your left fingertips high to the sky. Side plank variation. Take a breath in. As you exhale, left arm underneath your right and tap your right shoulder. underneath you. Inhale, left arm up, left hand. Exhale, left arm sweeps underneath you. Inhale, sweep your left arm high. Exhale, lower your left hand down. Keep your legs the same. Even weight in both hands. And now come up to the balls of the feet. Downward facing dog, hips to sky. On an inhale, sweep your right heel high to the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, step your foot between your palms, low lunge. Inhale, right fingertips sweep up. Keep your left leg strong, rounded twist. Exhale, right fingertips lower. Inhale, high crescent lunge, arms sweep out and up. Every time you come up, reach your fingertips out and then up. Take a big breath in. Interlace your hands back behind your head. Keep your legs really strong. And just find a gentle press of the back of your head into your palms, elbows pressing back. And play with what it feels like to maybe push your head forward with your hands and then push your hands back with your head. Light in your right toes, strong in your left glute. Maybe bend a little deeper into the right knee. But really meditate on what's happening in your cervical spine, in your neck, and your shoulders. Take a breath in. Hands come down to frame your right foot as you breathe out. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift or supported warrior 3. Left hip is square to the floor, shoulders are square. And then forward fold, allow your spine to round. Chair pose, inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, grab opposite elbows behind you. As you push your forearms down this time, sink your hips down. Try to send your weight back, lighten your toes. And as much as you can, working towards an upright spine. So eventually your shoulders stack above your hips and your head rests neatly on top of a neutral spine. Push your forearms down, open through the chest. Take an inhale. Forward fold as you exhale, maybe keep the bind, let your forearms fall away from the spine. Hands come down to the floor, halfway lift, inhale. Your vinyasa of choice as you exhale, plant your hands, maybe step or hop back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Okay, feet are hip-width distance apart or slightly wider. And allow both heels to fall to the left this time. So you'll get a full right footprint. And you should be pressing into the entire length of the pinky toe side edge of your left foot. And then on an inhale breath, start to shift your weight forward. So you're in kind of a rotated plank pose. Keep your legs strong and weight even in both of your hands. On an inhale, right arm sweeps high to the sky, side plank variation. Keep pressing into both feet. Exhale, right arm sweeps underneath you, tap your left shoulder. Inhale, arm high. Exhale, tap. 2 more. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, right arm taps. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, tap. Inhale, put your right hand down. Keep your legs the same and your spine the same. So just holding this twist and then come back onto the balls of your feet. Sweep your left heel high to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, step your foot between your palms, low lunge. Left hand sweeps high this time, rounded twist. And exhale, lower your left fingertips down. Inhale, high crescent lunge, strong legs, arms sweep out, and then up. Take an inhale. Interlace your hands back behind your head as you exhale. Try to switch the interlace of your fingers so that it's one finger different than what feels most natural. Deepen the lunge in your front knee. And just play with your the tension between your hands and your head. And you might use your hands to kind of coerce your head side to side, forward and back. And just notice the very subtle movement and control you have over the cervical spine. And the intention of practicing these really mindful small movements is whenever you're sitting at your computer at home or watching and that's how you start to bring yoga into daily life. Okay, take an inhale. Exhale, release your right hands, come down to frame your left foot. Inhale, lift off the right foot. One-legged halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Flex your right toes. Fold forward as you exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Sink your hips low. Arms sweep up overhead. Interlace, reach for opposite elbows. And again, try to find the different arm arrangement that you had last time. So just switching which arm is on top. And then weight is in your heels, sink your hips really low, push your forearms down and lift your chest high, breath in. Fold forward as you breathe out. Let your arms fall away from your spine. Release your hands down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through your back bend. You can always skip these. You can always skip everything. Downward facing dog. Have you ever come to a yoga class and just sat and visualized yourself doing the practice? That's something you could try. Why not? Okay, from here, make sure your feet are hip width distance or a little wider. Allow your heels to fall right. This time, inhale, come back to center, and let your heels drop to the left. 2 more times, just flowing. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, heels drop right. Try to keep your arms equally strong. Inhale, center. Exhale, heels drop to the left. 1 more round. Inhale, come back to center. Keep reaching your hips back. Exhale, heels drop right. Inhale, center. Exhale, heels drop left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower your left forearm down and then your right forearm down, dolphin pose. You can hold here or start to hover your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex your right toes on an inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your right armpit. Inhale, right leg extends. 2 more, exhale, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, right leg extends. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. This time, hold. Maybe you keep your knee there as you press into your right palm, and then your left palm, and you're in plank with your knee in towards your armpit. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, stack your right hip above your left. Keep your right foot flexed. It might feel good to hug your right heel in towards your butt cheek, and you're lengthening along the front of the right hip. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, round through the spine, plant your hands between your palms, low lunge. Right arm sweeps high to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, side plank over the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe right foot stacks on top. Right fingertips reach high. Take a breath in. Right elbow to right knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, right elbow, right knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, right elbow, right knee. Maybe keep them touching as you lower your right hand down so you're back in that plank, knee into elbow. 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise up high, crescent lunge. Exhale, interlace your hands back behind your head. Inhale, drop your back knee down and lift your chest so you're intentionally back bending. And then exhale, kind of pyramid pose variation. Maybe keep your back heel lifted and nose comes towards your right knee. Whoa, it's a balance. 2 more times. So as you inhale, lift your chest up, bend your back knee. And as you exhale, straighten through your legs, bow over the strong right leg. 1 more round. Inhale, dip your hips, lift your chest, press your head back. Exhale, round through your spine, straight through the right leg. Maybe keep your hands lifted this time. Inhale, warrior 3, launch off of the left toes. And exhale, Ardha half moon. Right fingertips to the floor, a block, or hovering. And left fingertips come high. Flex your left toes a lot. Press your left heel back. Take a breath in. Bend land on your left foot, warrior two, and adjust. Maybe hands come to hips, maybe hands come to your pelvis, so you start to neutralize the pelvis, lunge deeply into the right leg, and then here, capture opposite elbows behind you. Press your forearms down towards the floor. Inhale, reverse your warrior with this bind. Let your left ear fall towards your left shoulder, so you're really lengthening through the side of your right neck as you lunge a little deeper into the right leg. This is a back bend, so you can think about spinning your chest up towards the sky as you keep pressing your forearms down. Forearms down, collarbones up. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, heels in, toes out. Horse or goddess squat. Sink your hips low. And from here, interlace your palms like we did at the beginning of class and press your palms away from you. So you're really rounding through the upper back. Take a breath in. Sink a little bit deeper as you breathe out. As you inhale, you're going to press into your feet. Arms come up. Open through your chest. And exhale, squat down. Press your palms away from you. Inhale, pressing the feet. Arms sweep up. Try to keep your head exactly the same as your upper arm bones rotate. Squat down and press forward. Last one, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, squat down and press forward, really rounding through the shoulders. Skandasana to the back of your mat. Bend deeply into the left knee, flex your right toes. Pause. Try to find a long spine. And we're gonna shift to the top of the mat. Launch off of your left foot and capture your left big toe with your right peace fingers. Okay? When you're ready, shift weight to the right foot, knee into chest, capture left big toe with right peace fingers. Oh my gosh. If you didn't do it the first time, try a couple more times. And then when you start to feel stable, you can extend that the left leg long and reach your left fingertips back. If it's not accessible for you to extend the whole left leg, maybe right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Really strong through your right leg wherever you are, and just find a little gentle twist here. This should feel like a nice opening through the shoulder. You might even make some circles with the left arm, just to feel the rotation of the upper arm bone in your shoulder socket. Inhale, standing knee raise. Exhale, Galabasana, or standing figure four. Left ankle over the right thigh. Hands to heart center. Flex your left toes. Bring your hands to heart. And just try to find that neutral upper body. So your legs are doing something weird. They're opening and crossing. But your spine from your pelvis all the way through your crown of your head is long. Sink a little bit deeper, feel opening in the outer left hip. And then inhale, standing knee raise. Last thing on this leg, in balancing, dancers. Left hand comes to capture the top of your left foot. Right arm reaches high and long. Take the left foot into the left hand. And open through your left breast tissue. So really focus on finding length in the front of your left chest by trying to keep your shoulders square, but kicking the left foot into your hand. Take one more inhale. And then at the same time, you fold your chest forward as your left foot lowers. Wow. Halfway lift, breathe in. If you would like one, plant your hands, step or float back into your vinyasa. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Okay. Find your breath in down dog. And in down dog, your head is the last thing to come into the pose. And you really tuck your chin so that you look all the way towards your navel center. But you only do that once you're full strength in your legs, full strength in your arms. Once everything else has arrived in the pose, then you bow your head to greet the asana. From here, maybe some of you stay in your down dog or take your right hand to the outer left shin or left ankle. And maybe pull into the right arm and allow your chest to come under the left arm. And then release the hand, left hand maybe comes to the outer right shin or outer right ankle. As you bend your left elbow, you pull your chest underneath the right arm. Maybe gaze all the way underneath the right shoulder. Release the left hand. And then lower your left forearm down, and then your right forearm down, dolphin pose. You can stay here, or inhale your left heel high to the sky. Keep your left foot flexed, your right leg strong. Maybe bring your left knee towards your left armpit. Inhale, three-legged dolphin. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Hold. You hold here as you press into your left palm and then your right palm. So your knee is in towards your left armpit. And then inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale. Hug your left knee into your chest and step your foot through low lunge. Left arm sweeps high, rounded twist on an inhale. Side plank as you exhale, whatever variation makes sense to you. Left foot maybe comes back to stack on top of the right. Some of you, maybe left knee, left armpit, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, reach. Last one, hold, left knee, left armpit. Hug your knee in as you lower your left arm down so you're in that knee to armpit plank. Three-legged dog last time. Low lunge. Step the foot through. High crescent lunge, rise all the way up. Interlace your hands back behind your head again. Try to switch the grip so it's different than the one you did last time. Oh man, I'm winded. This is good stuff. On an inhale, you're going to lift your chest and bend your back knee. As you exhale, straighten through your left leg and bow forward over the left knee. Maybe your elbows come together. So you really press to the back of the head. And then inhale, straighten or bend the left knee, bend your right knee, lift your chest. And exhale, pyramid variation, bow over the left leg. Straight as you can through your left leg. It's a crazy balance. One more round. Inhale, drop your back knee down, lift your heart. Exhale, bow over the front leg. Inhale. This time, maybe you keep your arms lifted, warrior three. You can also lower them down to the mat. Arms can be forward, reaching back, hands to heart center. It doesn't matter. Just choose something. Half moon, left fingertips down, right hip spins open. So your right toes are pointing towards the wall that your face is facing. Lift through the outer edge of your right foot. Push down into the big toe of your left foot. But don't strain in your toes. Take one more breath in. Bend into the left knee as you exhale. Right foot plants. Warrior two. Hands come back behind you. Reaching for opposite elbows. Settle in, make sure you like your stance. It's sustainable. Sustainable means you're being aligned in your skeleton and you could hold this for the last 20 minutes of class if you wanted to. And then once you feel really strong in your legs, start to reverse your warrior. So the crown of your head reaches back and your arms reach towards your left heel. Really get long through the left neck. And then inhale, release the arms. Five-pointed star. Turning around to face you. Exhale, horse pose. Heels in, toes out. This time, Hands come back behind your head. Interlace your palms. Oh, and maybe just hold here if this is enough. If you want a little bit more, you might play with lifting your left heel. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you bring your left elbow towards your left knee. Maybe they tap, oh yeah. And then come back to center, lower the left heel, lift the right heel, maybe pause here, or exhale, right elbow comes down, maybe it gives a little knee kiss, oh my gosh. Go back to center, lower the heels. Whew. 2 more rounds of that if you want it. Lift the heel, elbow taps, inhale center, exhale lower. Inhale lift, exhale side bend, inhale center, exhale lower. 2 more. Straighten into your feet, arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, Stakasana to the back of your mat. So bend deeply into your right leg this time. Flex your left toes towards your face. Oh, this side is hard for me. Try to get your right heel as close as you can to the floor. And just think about a long spine. Long spine, heavy seat, heavy heels, strong thighs. And this transition will be shifting your weight into your left foot and capturing your right big toe with your left hand. When you're ready, take as many tries as you need to till you like it. Shift your weight to the front of your mat. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. And when you get there, just start to refine. Get really strong through your standing leg. Whew. And you can start to extend the right leg if it's accessible to you. If it's not, left hand to the outside of your right thigh. And then think about your right arm reaching back. And maybe make those little circles with the right arm. So the longest right arm you possibly can. And it's like, I just want to be able to reach farther. But instead of reaching farther, I'm just going to draw little circles because I can't reach any farther. Whew. And then hands to center, standing knee raise. Balavasana legs, flex your right toes. Bring your hands to heart. So don't think so much about the legs. Think about your upper body being really stable. Even length on both sides of your spine. So these QL muscles are lengthening evenly, even though your legs aren't symmetrical. If you feel really stable and balanced, you might get a little deeper in the bend in your left knee to open through the right hip. And then come back, standing knee raise, arms reach up. Dancer's pose, right arm sweeps back. Right hand captures the top of the right foot. Kick your foot into your hand. And again, meditate on what you can do with your right shoulder in this pose. So your left leg is a strong pillar. We know that. It's so strong. How can you use your right leg to bring expansion into your upper body? Notice the correlation between the strength in your right foot and the opening through the right breast tissue. Left arm as long as you can. Take an inhale. And then same pace, your chest lowers to the floor as your foot lowers to the floor. Forward fold. Halfway lift is an inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, if you want it, is an exhale. Up dog or cobra, breath in. Down dog. As you breathe out. Whew. Lower down to your knees, keep your toes tucked, and just take a seat back on your heels, toes pose. I don't want to do toes pose, can you tell? My knees keep lifting. And just notice the temperature of your body, notice your heart rate. Try to find that long spine here. Maybe notice if your feet are making it difficult for you to find a neutral spine. That's something to be aware of. I know some people who don't even feel any sensation in toes pose, which is incredible. So let this be a really great opportunity to find neutral spine, neutral head and neck, neutral jaw. Release the tension in your jaw. And then hands plant underneath your shoulders, untuck your feet, and then shift your weight back onto your feet. So you're stretching the tops of the feet. We're going to take a hero's pose variation from here. You can keep your feet directly underneath you if you'd like to, or if it doesn't feel, if you can avoid any sensation in your knees, you can bring your feet out so that they are on the outer sides of your hips. I prefer my feet underneath me. If you have a block or some sort of prop you're using that's like a block, you can put that under your seat in between your ankles, and that's a great variation too. And then we're gonna work on stretching the quads here. So you stretch the quads just by starting to lean back. And as you lean back, your legs are glued to the floor. So your shins are just plastered down. Your knees are gonna wanna lift up with you as you lean back. So keep your knees pressing down and away from you as your heart presses back. And think about engaging your glutes. So you don't need to lift your hips, but the action of your butt muscles is that they're trying to lift your hips. And maybe this is enough, or you can come all the way down onto your forearms, if that feels good. And this is a pose where it's really interesting to explore what the weight of your head is doing. So you might want to just drop your head back and expose the throat, and that's fine. See what that feels like, see what that does. Opening through the throat. You might find yourself really wanting to tuck your chin and round through your shoulders here. Maybe you go through it a few times, all the way back, all the way forward, and then slowly you start to find what feels like it's the least amount of strain. Don't strain in yoga. And then slowly start to make your way back up onto your shins. Plant your hands underneath you. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay wherever you are on your mat. And start to extend your right leg. I have no idea if I'm mirroring you correctly, but I don't think it matters. You're just listening to my voice. Your right leg will extend out wide. And here you want to keep your left knee, your left foot, and your left hip all in a line. And then palms underneath your shoulders. Flex your right toes. And inhale, start to lift your right foot up off of the mat. Keep your left hip, shin, and knee in line. And your arms equally weighted. Press into the left arm to lift your right foot. Take one more inhale, maybe lift a little higher. And then lower the right foot down. Ground down to the outer edge of your right foot. Walk your hands back. Lift your arms up. Send your right hand down your right thigh. And start to reach your left arm up and over. So you're getting a deep side body stretch on the left side. If you would like to, maybe your left hand comes around to the right side of your head. And you can see how the weight of your head can accentuate the stretch in your left side body. Oh my gosh. We can use our head as a prop. Get a little bit further if you can into the side bend. And then inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands plant underneath you. This is a side plank variation. Keep your left shin down. Right arm start to sweep high. Maybe you keep your right foot planted, or you start to hug your right knee towards your right elbow. Whoa. If you want to, you can bend the elbow to find a little kiss connection, and then maybe extend, but keep your right foot extending perpendicular to your spine instead of right back behind you. It's an intense balance. And then right knee, right elbow if you can. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Reach everything long. At the same time, right hand and right foot touch the ground with as much control as you can. Bring your right knee back underneath you and take a couple rounds of cat-cows, inhaling your belly towards the floor, heart lifts. Exhale, round through your spine, tuck into your chin. Really feel that accentuation of your spine lengthening and strengthening. And then we'll go to the opposite side. So start to extend your left leg out long. Ground down to the right shin. Equal weight in both hands. Keep your hands equally weighted. And start to hover the left foot. And you'll notice your entire body wants to shift right. And so much of the work is keeping equal weight in both hands. So push into your right palm, shift your weight left, maybe lift the foot an inch higher, take a breath in. Exhale, lower the foot back down. Walk your hands back in towards your shins. Full left footprint, chest lift, send your left arm down your left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Maybe you grab the left ear with your right arm and side body stretch. Really push into the left foot. Oh yeah. Get a little more length on the right side, and then inhale, lift back up. Exhale, plant your hands down, and start to lift your left arm high to the sky. Keep your right appendages exactly the same, and just start to hover the left leg. Oh yeah, it's still perpendicular to your spine. And then maybe left knee, left elbow. This side is really hard for me. Inhale, reach long. Keep rooting down through your right shin for balance. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more if you want it. And then at the exact same time, left knee and left hand come down, tabletop. Okay? Move your spine if that sounds nice and feels good. Okay. So, we're gonna take about 2 minutes to play. We've done a lot of side body work. So you might want to play with like a hurdler's pose or a side crow or scissored side crow, any of these asymmetrical variations. I'm going to demonstrate hurdlers for you. If you want to practice handstand or headstand, go for it. Please spend the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds practicing an inversion. Pick one. I will tell you in 2 minutes and 30 seconds to stop practicing, but pick one and do it for that long, and just feel how long 2.5 minutes feels. For hurdler's pose, I like to start with my right foot, with one foot forward. So I'm in this like wide lunge, and then you wrap the arm, the back of your right tricep, so it's in line with your thigh. And then you're working towards chaturanga arms, so arms bending straight back. The tricep is a shelf for your thigh. As you walk your back leg back, you walk your front leg forward, and then one or both of them lift off of the floor. Oh, I can't hold that for very long, but I'm gonna do this for another 1.5 minutes, maybe just switching sides. Maybe I don't get flight each time, that's okay. Switching sides, chaturanga arms, and you'll really feel the side body activation on the leg that's forward. Or whatever you're doing. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. I wish I could see you, but I'm visualizing you and you're doing 20 more seconds. Stick with it. You've got it. Okay. Come back to your knees. Take a seat. Spin your feet out in front of you. Nice work. Oh, that's really hard. We're going to take a seated forward fold. The 3 on offer are feet together for cobbler's pose, legs out wide, straddle fold, or legs straight out in front of you. Don't worry too much about what's happening. Just pick the one that comes most naturally. And then allow your spine to fold forward. You might come down onto your forearms. And this is another great space to be aware of the weight of your head. Meditate on the back of your skull and the back of your throat. This empty space kind of right in the center base of your skull. How can you create lightness in that space? Where do you need to find activation to keep the muscles in your face softening? To keep the weight of your head feeling weightless, effortless. Explore. Take time to refine. Slowly start to lift yourself back up. Extend your legs long out in front of you if they're not already. And slowly roll down onto your back. Bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvandasana. Bring your heels in towards your seat. Try to imagine that you are finding completely parallel feet. The pinky toe side edges of your feet are parallel. Maybe ask someone to take a picture of you sometime doing this and notice the difference between your felt sense and reality. Ground down into your heels, lift the inner arches of your foot, and use an inhale to lift your hips. If it feels okay, shoulder blades strap underneath you, maybe palms interlace behind you. Notice your throat chakra, the space between your chin and your collarbones. How can you invite space but not strain? Effort but not strain. Engage your glutes, lift your hips a little higher. Keep your hands as they are. Lower your hips down so that your seat is resting right on top of your wrists. Maybe pause here or start to extend your legs one at a time. Matsyasana variation. Don't fidget, just notice sensation. And then walk your heels back in towards your seat. Start to lift your hips off of your arms again, so you're in bridge pose. You would like to take this into wheel. Maybe play with keeping your hips lifted as you release the bind,
plant your hands next to your ears and lift up off of the crown of your head. Take one more inhale, and then slowly lower down to your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Allow your weight to rock side to side. Using your own breath as your guide, maybe take a happy baby or a lying down twist. Anything that sounds really nice, gentle in your spine, just to give it a little wind down. And when you feel like you're in a neutral place, maybe adjusting the orientation of your pelvis, adjusting your shoulder blades underneath you, you can find a final resting shape. Legs out long, or maybe feet come together to touch. Maybe knees bow in towards each other. You can have your palms out to your sides, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and you can feel the pulse. As you come back into stillness, remember why you practice yoga. If you can, stay here until you feel your central nervous system actually release and succumb to relaxation and softness. Give yourself time to be still. I'll close class here on my back with my hands resting on my abdomen. I'm very grateful for this life and very grateful to all of you for having the courage and the generosity to spend your time practicing yoga. Thank you. Happy quarantine. Namaste.